Hi friends! Today I will be planning out my spring and summer wardrobe for 2025. What I am hoping to sew, what I am hoping to knit, and also how I am hoping it will all make sense together in the end in my wardrobe. I have learned over the years that for me personally, planning ahead does make a lot of sense and is also a lot of fun. I love doing it. So if you're up for some insights into my planning and creative process, stick around for a little bit of drawing, some stash diving, and a lot of pattern inspiration.
It's yarn over heels, so grab a seat. Let's make together, stitch and repeat. With Mel to chat and share what's new. A handmade life just right for you.
Welcome back to Yarn Over Heels, your cozy podcast about sewing, knitting, and creating a handmade wardrobe. I'm Mel, and with spring just around the corner, I have put together a spring and summer mood board. These mood boards really do help me to stay intentional with my makes and also to make sure I am creating garments I will actually love to wear and reach for in my closet over and over again. And also, of course, make sure it all works together. So for me, that is a really good way to approach my making for like several weeks in advance. And yeah, that's why today I will be planning out my makes for the upcoming season, and I will be sharing with you what garments I am still missing in my wardrobe and also my top pattern picks, what fabrics I already have in my stash. I will show you what I might use and also some fabrics I would have to buy and of course some yarn ideas. And also I have a bit of really lovely like special yarn in my stash. I wanted to let you know what I'm wearing. This lovely cardigan is the Korshavn cardigan, and let me show you a bit more. And in this lovely, really bright blue color, it is knit up in Petiteknit, and the Chaos yarns just silk mohair. And the t-shirt I am wearing is the Grasser number 612 t-shirt. It is knit up in just I think this was a tencel jersey, maybe by Meat Milk. I think it was even the colorway Pecan, but it has been a long time ago, so I am not so sure about that. And what am I drinking? I have my trusty doggy mug with me as always, and I just made myself a fresh cup of coffee. And yeah, so grab a cup of coffee yourself and your work in progress, and I will share what's on my making list for the season. So before we start looking at patterns, I would like to talk about what I want from my spring and summer wardrobe, some lessons learned from looking back at 2024, and also how I like to create the mood board that plays for me personally such a big role in just making sure it all works out for me in the end. So if you're just here for some pattern inspiration, you might want to jump ahead to that chapter of the video. And if you want to hear it all, let's get into it. Okay, so what I want from my spring and summer wardrobe. When looking back at the stuff I made in 2024, sewing and knitting, there has been quite some lessons learned and some reminders for me. For example, I really did love all the lightweight stuff I have made in the past year when it comes to knitting. So all the lightweight sweaters and cardigans were basically my favorites of the year. So that is definitely something I will keep in mind. And also the one knitted t-shirt I made basically was a complete fail. Not a fail technically, but I didn't wear it once. And yeah, I mean, makes you think about knitting t-shirts, doesn't it? And when it comes to sewing, I had some fails quite recently. And one fail was the Nephilim blouse I made out of checkered fabric. And this was quite the reminder to just stay true to my style. And this is not something I am trying to restrict myself. So it wasn't like I at some point decided I want to have that style and that's what I'm going to do from now on. But more I found over the years, whenever I kind of make stuff that doesn't fall into that category of my personal style, I just end up not wearing it. So that was a very not conscious process of me finding out that whenever it's too, I don't know, romantic or playful or flowery, I just don't end up wearing it. And also, to keep myself just entertained, I will try to not only do the boring basics I love to wear, but also make some exciting things I love to make and also hopefully wear afterwards. But there is kind of always two sides I have to satisfy. For one thing, my maker's heart of just wanting to make all the cool stuff, working with the cool fabrics and like the exciting patterns, and yeah, then the just, I don't know, Mel that is standing in front of her closet in the morning trying to dress herself and really enjoying the basic pieces. So that is always something I have to keep in a balance. Okay, so these are the things I am trying to keep in my mind. So my goals for my spring and summer wardrobe. I want pieces that just lend themselves to layering, like lightweight, breathable, maybe cotton or linen, wool blends. Also, I want to keep it very versatile when it comes to colors and textures. It should stick to some kind of color scheme or palette. At least that's what I'm thinking at the moment. And above all, it has to be comfortable, because if it's not, I will not wear it. I know myself. So yeah, the three goals: layering, it has to be versatile, and it has to be comfy. Yeah. So let's see what I will come up with. So this is what my spring and summer mood board looks like. I have drawn it on paper. I usually do. This is not something I do digitally, and I actually really enjoy doing it. I don't always color in everything. I oftentimes am not set on a specific color for each make yet. And also, this is just, it should give me an idea of what I want to make. I just realized I didn't at all mention that my Make 9 template, where I usually draw the patterns onto, is specifically made for my body. I just think it makes so much more sense and also is so much more fun to draw these patterns onto a body that looks more or less like mine and not to draw it onto someone else's body, or what the fashion industry thinks like a perfect body should look like. So if you're interested in how I did that, how I just came up with these little fashion figurines, croquis that look a bit like me, drop me a note in the comments. I would be so happy to share and talk about it. That would be really a lot of fun. As you can see, on there aren't any specific patterns, so it's not a Make 9 list, but it more so identifies just the garments and garment types I would like to have in my closet. So for example, I would love to have a fitted knit cardigan. And here I'm already kind of set on the color. It should be navy blue. And next up, I really do need some boxy t-shirts and some fitted t-shirts. Just your basic standard cotton jersey knit t-shirts. And I have wanted to have wide leg lounge pants for over a year now. And I hope that is something that is happening soon. Next up, I would like to have more fitted knit sweaters, like not completely fitted, not form-fitting, but just a little bit less oversized. Let's say a relaxed fit. And this will definitely be something I will get so much wear out of. And here I'm not so set on the color yet, but we will see. Also, when thinking layering pieces, I would really like to make a cabled vest. That would just be great. And I would really enjoy making one. This would be such an interesting make to do. And also, I do not own a single solid colored button-up shirt, not one. I have tons of blouses and statement pieces, but no basic button-up shirts. I would like to change that. And I would also like to have more tiny scarves, another bag, a more fancy bag, I am thinking, and maybe just because I love making them so much and wearing them so much, maybe another patina blouse or another cool fancy statement blouse. So it kind of gives me an idea in what direction I want to go when picking patterns, fabrics and wool. And that will be the next thing we do together. We will discuss the patterns. Let's start with the patterns. I will do sewing and knitting patterns just in a mix, and I hope that's fine with you, but I will not be discussing them very in depth, so just very quickly mention them because there are quite a few, and yeah, so I hope that's fine with everyone. And let's start with the fitted knit cardigan I want to make. So my top pattern pick was the Maggie cardigan by Petiteknit. There is a very big size range on that one, which I really do love. It has 23 stitches, and I already made this little swatch. So for this one, I already do have the wool, and I am ready to cast on very soon. And also I did stay with my with the color I wanted for the cardigan, so I was a good girl already in picking that out. And so the first make is already ticked off, kind of. Alternatives to the Maggie cardigan would have been, for example, the Spot cardigan by Ventzel. And I feel like even if this is stranded knitting, depending on the yarn you use for it, that could still be kind of lightweight. And I know that the Spot sweater is knit up in some sock yarn, and I am guessing if you do not use a full merino yarn for this, and with the knowledge that this pattern works with wool blends as well, I would probably dare to try it. Okay, another cardigan I did love and that fits that category so well is the Puro Cardigan Light by Yamamuro. I just love how it looks. The neckline is a bit higher and it is not as form-fitting, I feel, like the Maggie cardigan, but would be a really nice alternative. I also did love the Lou cardigan by Sumin Kim. It has a very subtle little lace pattern on it, but still not too playful and romantic for me. I really thought it is a lovely pattern for a fitted cardigan. Okay, let's move on to the t-shirts. I do have some tried and true t-shirt patterns I really love to use. One of them is the Sasha Secondo Piano Basic Instinct Tee. If you don't know that pattern, it is a free one and it is excellently drafted. I love it. I have made it so many times. It is a great, very easy to wear fitted t-shirt. Not with negative ease, but kind of close to the body. Then next up, a new one I'd like to try is the Clean Cut t-shirt by Ottobre Design. And if you do not know these already, let me show you in a second. Ottobre Design these are just these magazines, and I have a lot of them, like really a lot. And I can only say the best things about their drafting, and every pattern just works out brilliantly. I love them. I mean, there are styles in there I wouldn't personally like to wear, but a lot of their basic pieces are just brilliant, and their pants and trousers are a perfect fit on me. And yeah, so the Clean Cut t-shirt I would like to make, and also a pattern I have made so many times is the Grasser women's t-shirt pattern number 612. And again, the Grasser patterns are excellently drafted. I have not made a single one of their patterns that wasn't just spot on and perfect. It is a whole other level of craftsmanship, like really. And the only thing for me personally is they're a Russian brand, and for now I am very undecided if I want to buy patterns from them in the future. I mean, I have decided on using the patterns I already own. I will not just stop making their patterns, especially if they are my tried and true patterns I already have and own and wear all the time. But I'm not sure. Well, we will see just how things develop. But I just wanted to let you know. When it comes to t-shirts, I already own a lot of knitted jersey fabric. Let me show you. Let me just grab it. That's what I have in stash and have in mind. So very basic colors, black, blue, white, a bit of peachy colors there. So that is these are my jersey plans and sewn t-shirt plans. But if I decide to make a knitted tee or top, I would absolutely make the Stromboli by Caitlin Hunter, 22 stitches with a lovely pattern. I love it. I love the fit. and I think it's just a great one. I do adore. Or alternatively, I have seen so many great versions of the Pie camisole by Nabita Chouret, and this is just a lot of knitting. It has a 31 stitch gauge. It is knit with sock yarn, I think, yeah it is, and I love how it looks. I think I would like to wear it, and I am guessing you could just chuck it in the machine and you would be fine. So yeah, I think I would love having this in my closet. Same goes for the Yorium top by Knit. This is also, it just looks lovely, and it has a more achievable stitch gauge for me, like 17 stitches. And depending on the yarn I could get away with just chucking it in the machine as well. So that sounds like a good alternative if I wanted to make a knitted t-shirt again. Let's talk about the wide leg lounge pants. I have several patterns in mind for this, and specifically 2 different Buddha style patterns. One of them is from their November 24 magazine, the number 118, and it is a very simple wide leg sweatpant pattern with inseam pockets. The other Buddha style sweatpants are from their January 2021 magazine, the number 119, and they have a bit more going on, like a slanted pocket opening and this little fabric inlay or whatever you call it on the side. And yeah, those 2 are really, I think they would be a great fit to make wide leg lounge pants. I do not have the perfect fabric for it. I have some grayish sweat, like summer sweat, that could work, but I'm not sure if I wouldn't prefer to get some lightweight Ponte di Roma fabric. Maybe. We will see. I'm not set on this. When it comes to colors, I would need some fancy-ish black lounge pants, but I would also love to have something in a lighter color. So I might actually try that grayish sweat. It is sitting in my fabric stash right over there. That's why I keep looking over. Okay. Another option for these sweatpants would be the Vicky So's Britney pants. I have made these over and over and over again so many times. I made them as full-blown denim jeans. I have made them without the zip fly, just as pull-on pants in a lightweight, it was some kind of, I don't even remember, some kind of chambray fabric, and I have made them several times as jock pants. They are so versatile, I love them. And if you do not do those just the darts on the end of the legs that give them their balloon shape, they would actually be kind of wide leg. So that would be a great option, and they just have the perfect fit on me, and I already know they do. Again, I have to say the company is Vicky So's. They are Russian, and I do own the pattern. I will use it again, and yeah, politics aside, it's just the greatest ever pattern drafting. There's no denying that. And yeah, I would love to do that. Good, so we have covered the fitted cardigan, the tee, sewn and knitted, the wide leg pants. So let's move on to fitted knit sweaters. I have so many ideas, but I tried to just reduce the list to 4. Oh no, I will have to add a 5th one that was just released. Okay, but let's start. The Colette pullover by Sari Nordlund. I have wanted to make this forever. It is just a lovely basic pullover with some interest going on, but not, I guess it's not too hard to knit up. I love how it looks. It has a 19 stitch gauge, and I am sure you could play around a bit with what wool you use, or even get away with using a wool blend. Yeah, and there are so many projects on Ravelry for this one. I could easily check what other wools people have used, so I really do love that one. Also, I love the Aros sweater by Petiteknit. It is, in the sample pictures, it has stripes. I would knit it in a solid color, but it has a very nice fit and a lovely shoulder construction. So actually, I really do love that one. And I think it would be just a great sweater to have in my closet. Another sweater that is just lovely with a bit going on but not too much is the Ricke sweater by Katrine Hannibal. It is an Önling sweater, and I love the relaxed fit around the body and the little funnel neck and these lace details. I just think it's a great one. It has a 21 stitch gauge, and yeah, it's really lovely. When talking about lovely, the Twigtail by Nadia Crétin-Lechen, not so sure about that name. It looks great. I think it really does. A 22 stitch gauge and a nice pattern just going on in the front of the body, not in the sleeves, and I think it's not in the back. So that's just a bit of interest when knitting it up, and still simple enough to go with a lot of things in my closet. I would love to have that. And the fifth pattern I wanted to talk about, the Book Club pullover, was just released, and I love the look of it. There it is. By Sari Nordlund, the Book Club pullover. I have to include it in my top picks list. I just have to, because I think I love it even more than the Book Club cardigan. I think it looks gorgeous. Yep. Okay, let's move on to the cabled vests. First off, and I have talked about this one already, the Vest the Delight by Manmi Choi. It has a 20 stitch gauge, and I love everything about this vest. I mean, it just is gorgeous. The patterning, the pockets, I don't know if I would keep them or not. I mean, I really think it looks so lovely. And yeah, also, I love the Wilma top by Gregoria Fibers, a 21 stitch gauge, and this as well, it has a little bit going on, not too much, a lovely pattern. I really like it. And since my last episode, I discovered that one of my favorite cabled vests that has a 26 stitch pattern has another version with just a 20 stitch pattern, which sounds so much more achievable. And those two are the I'm Yoki vests by Julia Park. They are very similar, both of them. The one with the 20 stitch gauge has a little collar, and I just love how it looks. So that definitely also is a contender for the wool vest. Let's move on to the button-up shirts. I would love to make the Olia shirt by Paper Theory. I have this pattern already in my stash, and I just love it. I mean, I haven't made it so far, probably just because there is always a more, I don't know, exciting blouse I want to make, but I have fabric for it as well. Just let me grab it. And while fabric for it might be a bit of a stretch when it comes to this, these are just old bed sheets. But why not? Why not? I mean, it's just, I want a white button-up shirt, and these bed sheets, they ripped at the side, and I could easily get that button-up shirt out of it, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. Or I might as well, use some of these. Down here is some lightweight denim. This is some linen cotton mix, and let me get a bit closer. And this fabric here is a solid color Bordeaux brownish tencel fabric from Atelier Brunette, and this is a color, a fabric I have had forever. It is from I think Lady McElroy, is that what she's called? And it just has lovely bugs and flowers and stuff on it. It's a bit quirky with a lovely color scheme that just would work very well with the rest of the colors I like to use. So I actually do have fabric for the button-up shirt. Another shirt pattern. So the Olia shirt is basically a must. I really would like to do that. Other patterns, shirt patterns I'd like to do would be another Buddha style pattern, a bit more fitted. The hemd blouse, 11, like November 2018 issue, the number 116A. It works for poplin fabrics or like all the fabrics I just showed you, and I think that is really a great alternative. It has a very feminine little color, which I do love, but the rest is just very, I don't know, I feel like it is edgy in a way. I like it. And I also do have in my October magazines a lot of shirt and blouse patterns. Okay, so much for the button-up shirt. Let's move on to the blouses. I think I would love to do another patina blouse by Friday Pattern Company, I think they are called. I will put it up on the screen. And I've made it before. I love it. I love it. It is great. And I did recently find a similar pattern to the patina blouse on the Buddha style homepage with a very similar color, but the neckline is a bit higher. So that might actually be, I mean, the patina blouse comes with two neckline options, a lower and a higher one, but even the higher one still is kind of revealing if you bend over a bit or just grab something. And that has always bothered me a bit when wearing it at work. So yeah, if you don't want to flash people around you, that Buddha style blouse could actually be a great alternative. And it's just a bit different, but not much. So yeah, just saying. And also, I'd like to make another Blair shirt by Style Arc. I've made this before and it's just a great pattern I would like to do again. And let me grab some of the fabrics I have for it that would work with it. Here they are. There is this blue viscose, and it also has a bit of rose in it. I've had this in my stash for quite a while, and it is actually art gallery fabrics. And this is, I think, See You at 6 fabrics. It also is a viscose, and it is this lilac color, grayish lilac with a bit of brown. It's a nice one and a very nice drape and weight. And this is also by See You at Six fabrics, and it has a lot of this peachy colors in it, which makes me think it could work for spring in a way, but overall it's of course a kind of darker fabric. But that would work well for the buttona blouse or the Blair shirt. Yeah, let's move on to the bags. I would love to make myself a bigger version of the Nusha bag by Fibermood by just chucking it in the copying machine and like setting the zoom on, I don't know, 120 or whatever, just making it a bit bigger. I've made it before for my sister and I think it is a lovely bag. And if you know Kos, the retail brand, has the exact same bag. It is the same bag. And so I always wanted that Kos bag, and this is just the perfect replica of it. I love it. And also I did find a free bag by the assembly line, and this looks just so interesting, and I think it wouldn't be too hard to make. I love how it looks, and it's free, so that might be worth checking out. And also I found the Aureole bag, and this is also a free pattern. Oh, I didn't put the designer's name. I will put it on screen. The Aureole bag, it's a shape I do not have as a bag shape currently, and I think I would really like to make one of these. And I also do have fabric for it. Let me quickly grab what I have, and here it is. These are faux leather fabrics, a very light one and a brown one. And I already have the webbing, and I have a zip for the darker one. And yeah, so this could very well be happening soon. And yeah, the bags. So the last item I have on my list is our tiny scarves. And I have so many like leftover wool I could use for them. Let me quickly tell you my favorite pattern picks for the tiny scarves. I love the Minou scarf by Luisa Rehkopf, and I think it comes in 3 sizes and it's just lovely. It has a bit of cabling, and I think it's like half fisherman's rib, and that might very well be the next one I make. I also do love the distance scarf by Olga Putano Designs. It has, they both have a 25 or a 26 stitch gauge, so they are very similar. And I love the distance scarf as well. But I also do love the Sola scarf by Anne Ventzel. Very simple stitch pattern. This could be a good alternative for a bit more of a mindless version with no cabling or stuff going on. Or also the Pia scarf Narrow by Domenica Penduzzo. That is also, it has just a little bit of interest going on, but I think it is achieved by knit and purl stitches, so that would also be a kind of mindless knit maybe. Yeah, and I would definitely love to make another tiny scarf. And now let me show you, I have wool for it. This is cashmere and silk mohair in a navy blue. I would also love to use up the last bits of my lace seta mulberry and this silk mohair in a rose color. I think they could go together very well. And I also do have this sock yarn. It is merino yak, and in this lilac color, and I have this alpaca wool and also the silk mohair, and they all go together so well. So I have enough wool for a few tiny scarves. Well, lovely people, that's a wrap on my spring and summer knitting and sewing plans. Let's be real, will I realize all of it? I'm pretty sure I won't, but it just gives me a general idea of what I'd like to make, and it's just so much fun planning it out, right? I would love to hear, are you like me, loving to plan ahead, or do you just like to go with the flow and just cast on what you feel like at the moment? If you could drop me a comment, I would love to hear about it. Coming up in my next episode will be a super chill update episode about what I've been working on, what's on my needles, what am I sewing, and some plans I might have at this moment. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed this chat about my spring and summer sewing plans, please kindly give me a thumbs up or consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next episode. I would love to welcome you back here on Yarn Over Heels, and thank you so much for watching. Talk soon. Bye.